Hello, and welcome to yet another TRC podcast, where we are back in the studio for the first TRC podcast officially since we got back. So,
good times.
Good times. I'm Dane Hennon. To my right, I got Levi Gates.
What's up, everybody?
Hey. And to my left, I got Anthony Fisher.
Glad to be here. Thanks for having me, Dane.
You bet. Okay, so housekeeping. What's going on in the world of TRC? What should people know?
Well, so we went on our trip. During our trip, we had our
Memorial Day
sale, yeah. And that went super awesome. We're super thankful for everybody that placed orders, as well as picked up some of the stickers that went towards the Gary Sinise Foundation.
Yeah.
And so thank you for all your donations. It sounded like it was a big success. And then, of course, we're going to be donating $1,000 on top of that from just us at TRC. And, that was awesome. So coming back from there, we've pretty much been back in the studio, back at the, back here at the HQ, trying to get things planned and organized for more exciting stuff, right?
Yeah.
New product releases coming up, as well as maybe another sale coming up here in the near future for people who let's say, I guess I should say father figures, maybe, right?
Oh, a little something.
Right? It's not limited to just fathers, but I will say father figures, maybe,
Yeah,
right?
people who know other father figures.
It's kind of a good way to put it.
Yeah, something like that. So we're really excited about that. I think that's going to be super awesome. And then other than that, though, it's allergy season. And so I am, I don't know what it is, man. I have seasonal allergies.
A lot of pollen in the air.
I have seasonal allergies, but I don't get them at the beginning of like spring, right? Like some people do. I get them like that spring to summer.
Well, we didn't have a spring.
That's true. We didn't have a
It
spring.
literally
It
was
just kinda
winter and then
fast
summer.
forward.
So
With like a storm or two in between.
yeah, but that really all it did was wash the trees off.
Yeah,
So-
that's true. Just
No,
washed away the snow.
It washed the trees, and then it got all of that sap and everything kind of
Pollen.
just floating through the air. So when it does rain next, it creates a sticky rain that lands on your vehicle's paint, and it's absolutely wonderful. So
It's that time of the year, ladies and gentlemen, start washing your cars.
it is fun. But outside of that, though, we're here just back for a main show podcast. If you guys basically tuned in for the last Q&A Thursday, you'll kind of have a recap of how the trip was for us going over on our East Coast adventure, going and visiting all of our friends over at New York and New Jersey, and
thank you to everybody who came by.
It was an awesome time, and we had a great time doing that. And I think that next time, the Deep South.
Fan boats.
Yeah.
Fan boats.
Mixing it up some more.
Going through
like
the LA
This
canals.
time I foresee like an Archer style
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
poster of the three of us on a fan
Nice.
boat.
I would enjoy
yeah.
that.
Yeah,
I think that's a way to do
it'd
it.
be absolutely amazing.
So I've got go ahead.
No, I was just going to say we've got June 20th. We've got a class here from 3M doing a one-day intro to commercial rap class. You can sign up at fellers.com for that.
Yeah.
That class is actually free, but you have to sign up for it through Fellers. You have to register. So
They got to have a head count.
fellers.com, and you can register that way. The other thing we have going on is not this week, not this Q&A Thursday.
Yeah.
Next Q&A Thursday.
Okay.
Special guest.
Oh.
Ooh, I like when we have special guests. Who is a special guest?
Well, confirmed Bob Phillips,
Of
PNS.
Of PNS Detailing Chemicals.
Going to be here in the studio
Holy
with us.
smokes.
And possibly also confirmed Dave Phillips of PNS.
Whoa,
Yeah.
both of them?
Possibly both of them in the studio.
That
with
would
us
be
on that Thursday to
really
talk
cool,
about
actually.
some of the new drops.
Yeah.
Swift, the air fresheners, Defender.
Yeah.
So get your questions ready. Not this Thursday. Next Thursday. Because they're going to be in town for the Hidden Springs Car Show.
I am
Father's Day weekend.
I am watering at the mouth. Wait, hold on.
What?
Hold on.
You're salivating?
Salivating.
That's
also,
what
you know what? Our Supra will be at that car show, so
It will be with a for
hopefully
sale
we'll
sign
find
on
a
it.
buyer there.
Okay.
sale sign.
I am. So speaking of which, I mean that is another thing to bring up. So if you guys are local, or if you're not local, maybe you're an hour or two away. Something that's worth checking out is the Hidden Springs Car Show.
Yep.
Yes.
That's Saturday the 17th.
Very good car show.
And so Sydney Gwynn of PNS, everyone knows Sydney. Actually hosts this whole
she's one of the
thing.
presenters of it.
And she does an amazing job. It's so funny because
Seriously.
everybody knows her. Everybody here around here knows her as Sydney. Our friendly neighborhood local detailing friend, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when she is hosting and coordinating this car show, she's a celebrity. And I go, Sydney, what do I got to do, right, to bring an extra stroller into this event? She goes, let me make a few calls, right?
Ooh.
And she makes a few calls. Bam, I'm in, right?
Park that stroller.
I say, Sydney, what do I got to do to, maybe find an extra corn dog lying around this place? And she goes, let me see what I can do, right?
I don't think that happens.
Okay, that didn't happen, but there's
They
a lot
have
of
food carts there.
There's a lot of things
like
that
it's
she
like a
can
little
do.
carnival.
Yeah.
They have
It is a great car show.
So
well,
fun.
there's barbecue. There's they have like hot dogs, corn dogs. They have 5 or 6 different food trucks, and then on top of that, all the amazing cars, right? Everything from classics to buggies to
Anything and everything.
army trucks.
Old school to new school and everything in between.
I will say, I wish there was a significantly larger tuner scene in Hidden Springs.
You need to bring it up.
There are a few, but you could
Why
definitely
aren't
improve on it.
why aren't you bringing the magic, so to speak, to that?
I don't think I
Why
have.
don't you put out the call?
I don't think I have that kind of influence.
Hey guys, Alda Anthony here. Sign up for
That's
the Hidden
not me.
Springs Car Show.
I don't know who that is.
Well, no, you have him do it.
Oh yeah.
no,
you're
there's
saying
You reach out to
reach out
him.
to
He's a
him.
friend. He likes to watch the show
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah.
He kind of hangs
I'm
out.
just photographer.
There's some
Yeah,
hero
but you
tuner
just say,
stuff there,
hey,
too.
would you like to go to a car show?
Yeah.
Maybe you want to go do this one, and maybe he'll say yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Alex.
Well, what I like there is that the vibes are
It's not true. I took my
immaculate,
truck there last year.
as some people would say, and everybody is very respectful. So even though there are kids and stuff like that running around, they kind of have their own play area that they go to, and they're preoccupied. So the parents can walk around, cruise, go and do everything that they want to
They
do.
have whole big bouncy slides and stuff.
They also have a few different bar carts, which is pretty awesome.
A fan,
And so
yes.
Dane, you got yourself a Bloody Mary, right?
Yeah.
I think a couple of years ago.
It's like 7:45 in the morning, but he's still got one.
It can be a breakfast drink. I
think-
did not have that in the morning at that time. though.
kidding.
Well, Dane,
And in the afternoon.
we don't
it was
know.
very clearly 12:01.
we don't know what the time actually was, but there was bacon inside
is
of it.
There was
So,
bacon inside of it.
so
Yes.
it is kind of
and
like a
celery
breakfast.
and
But
So
anyways,
gross.
The whole
Just
thing.
tomato juice.
it's special tomato juice. There's
So
pepper
gross.
in it.
It's even grosser. Why don't you just get some tomato soup and drink it?
There's something about it that is
couple ice
appealing,
cubes and a
even
can
though
of
it doesn't
tomato
sound
soup.
like it should be. That's all I can
Some
say.
bacon dipped in.
Okay, so her car show's awesome. It's like a community carnival and a
It's
car show
probably
all
the
wrapped
best.
into one.
And
We
it's a
absolutely love
doubleheader
it.
car show weekend because
Yes.
they do the Hidden Springs Car Show on Saturday, and then on Sunday in downtown Boise in front of the Capitol, they
Right.
block off the streets and do the Father's Day Car Show.
That's great. Yeah, no, the whole thing. And unless you guys have some stuff to add there, I did have some housekeeping that relates to the show here that I wanted to throw out there. Okay, so people have asked for this for a long time. I went behind the scenes. I pushed the button.
did?
I
What?
activated something. You guys are able to do super chats now. You guys are
What?
able to
Did you
do
turn on the switch that you were
super
supposed
likes.
to? You
We
forgot.
turned on the switch.
I can't believe
Here's
we
the thing,
called
though.
it. We called it, Dane.
They're kind of right, but not totally
Oh.
right. So they got a little bit. So basically, until very recently, I had not looked back on the earnings tab because it had always been grayed out for us.
yeah.
In the last, I'd say 2 months, it has suddenly
When we
become
looked at it.
available.
Yeah.
So there we go. So I had to go through some, jumping through the hoops, had to activate AdSense, do all that stuff. But yes, you guys, if you feel so compelled, nobody's asking, you don't have to do this. But if you like, you can offer super chats, super likes, all that stuff.
Dane
It
needs
is
a new set of
available.
tires.
Unfortunately,
Super
that
chats are
does
ready.
mean you guys may get hit with an ad occasionally on this channel, but that's just the way YouTube works, so apologies in advance. But now you know. Now it's free, and that goes for Q&As. That goes for anything that happens on this channel, videos, lives, you name it. it's available to you.
There you
So
go.
yeah,
Super
opened
chats
that
are
up.
back.
Yeah.
Good job, Dane.
We're back.
The grayed out area has now been clicked.
Yeah, you clicked it.
Yes.
That is
Oh, weird. I put my mouse over it just like
yeah,
it started
yeah.
working.
So it
Strange.
works now.
yeah, that's hilarious,
But
man.
yeah, you're welcome.
So
you go.
I guess anyways, jumping into this, Levi, you
Yeah.
had yourself a weekend.
I did have a weekend, a normal weekend, pretty standard. Showed up Friday night to a vehicle in the driveway to detail.
What kind of vehicle was
But
it? Ferrari,
Ford
Lamborghini?
F-150,
Oh,
silver
okay.
with black
Ferrari
fabric
F-150.
interior.
Literally the complete opposite of anything
Actually, so I've
exotic.
decided that F-150s
Yeah.
of the current body style generation, easiest cars to clean.
Really?
I could
In
see
the
that.
black plastics,
Yeah.
black carpet.
Well,
gray
it's got those
seats.
big chunky panels.
They're open, and the interior opens up so wide. The back crew cab on them, the doors open so big. The seats fold up. There's plenty of room,
right?
Plenty
you,
of room.
you could
Easy
you
to
could
back
sleep
in.
inside
You
there.
could sleep in the
right?
back there.
I'm always impressed when you open up those F-150s. They're just
Yeah.
insane how big that back seat is.
Yeah.
I mean, there's enough room to have a good time.
There's a
Party,
lot of
you know,
room.
if you know what I'm saying.
Wow, Dino, €5 right off the
Jeez.
bat. Does it work? It does.
Wow, you even got a Levi certified burp for that one. So
I'm sorry about that.
I mean, no, that was what he was paying for.
But yeah,
Thank you, Dina.
so, but I've decided that the F-150s now are the easiest ones to clean, regardless of how dirty they are. Easiest ones to clean.
Yeah.
So, very excited to see that the pull into the garage. But Thursday evening, my niece showed up,
Okay.
Carly's niece, and she brought her little boy with her, Tucker, who's 8 months old.
Oh wow, little.
We've been getting the updates, you know, the videos of him doing stuff and hanging out and all that. Cutest kid. Holy crap. But a whole different level because technically I'm a great uncle.
I mean,
Right.
you're pretty good. Uncle.
You have pretty deep roots within the Gates family here within
Right,
Boise.
yeah.
So
But this is a Utah, Carly's side of the family.
okay,
Okay.
you have pretty deep roots. I mean, really. I mean, your
gosh.
your veins run through the entire country. You know, some
Pretty
might
much,
say.
yeah. Oh, Dino,
Oh my
$10.
This
Holy
is
cow.
already out of control.
Look at that. Very nice.
I
Good
mean,
job.
Dane's gonna have lunch paid for today.
Thank
But
you.
so she brought Tucker, and so we got our first taste of Tucker. And so they came over, and we got to just play with him and laugh and carry him around. He is exactly like Augie was at that age.
How old
like
was he?
8 months old.
8 months, man.
Stiff as a board.
Oh,
Yeah.
Not a snuggly, cuddly kid.
oh,
really
Very busy.
Yeah.
Lots of stuff to do. Lots of things to check out.
Okay.
It reminded us so much of when Augie was
he's
that
not
age.
walking.
Pretty
obviously.
much. He's pulling himself along.
Okay.
He can stand up. He can move along the things that he needs to get along.
Okay,
He'll
so
be
he
walking
uses
by
them
a
for
year.
support.
That's what Augie did too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just Augie was busy, but crawling all over the place. He was doing all that stuff. So had a great time with him on Thursday night. Then Friday they went out and did that with them. Friday night I came home. Rachel brought him over again. We kind of played and hung out, just enjoyed our evening together. I took the kids to Idaho Pizza Company, get some pizza
of
twists.
course. Yeah.
So went to dinner
you get
with.
the cinnamon sugar ones. You get the just
No,
the
I
normal.
just get the normal pizza twists,
Okay.
which actually sound really good.
Now
right
he's
now.
hungry
Well, lunch
again.
today. So what you're thinking?
we'll see.
A little something.
But went to dinner with my mother-in-law and Rachel and the kids, and had some pizza twists at Idaho Pizza Company, and it was fun. It was fun watching him. He was eating all the little cubed hams and sliced olives, just enjoying it, just eating it all up.
Okay.
But Saturday got started with just straight up, I'm working on the car. Mm-hmm. So got as much as I could on Saturday of the interior of the truck washed, deconned, pulled it in, cleaned out the interior, got the whole interior done, and then took my break. And then my break was take a shower. I'm done for the night. Who's coming back over? Tucker.
Yeah.
Had another play date with Tucker. It was so much fun to just have him there. Like, he was a totally different energy field in the house. Like, he was laughing, he was giggling, he was chasing the animals. But it was so much fun having him, and it just made the whole house, like, it changed the energy. It was almost like, I don't want it to sound like spiritual, but it was
Okay.
a definite change to the energy of our home, having them there. and visiting, and it was really nice. It was very
can recognize
it was
that.
nice to have a laughing and exciting baby in the house.
You and Carly gonna?
No, there's no possible way.
There is. They can untie that tube,
Oh.
right?
It's not a tube. It was they
it's-
sliced my vas deferens.
Yeah, no, it's a reverse vasectomy.
I don't want
is what that is.
No.
So what happened? You go in
pop a
to
new
get
one
yours
off.
reversed, right? Dane gets his
Done.
Oh, no.
right? Maybe they can use some of the same pieces.
They
that
don't.
use.
They don't use the same pieces.
Are
They
you
just-
sure?
Yeah, they just slice it. It's just cut.
Okay. So I knew of a guy that did that.
Love you, buddy, but
right?
we're not
Reversed,
sharing.
right?
Yeah.
Apparently, it started shooting
But,
properly again.
okay.
Yeah, I don't want to
Okay.
do that.
Oh,
so,
okay.
I think the other thing, it's not our kid,
Yeah.
Right.
right?
So you get to enjoy him.
Get to
but
enjoy
then
him.
he leaves.
Right.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
gotcha.
Didn't have
Okay.
to change the
Magnus
diaper.
Walker has the term other people's Porsches. This is other people's kids. Much
This was my
easier to
first
get, like,
experience
the-
of other people's kids in a
Yeah.
long time.
Yeah.
And at a different generational level because I was now a great uncle.
Yeah.
So anyway, beautiful, fun time with them. Saturday night, Carly and I watched an oldie but a goodie,
Yeah.
Edge of Tomorrow.
Oh, love that one.
Oh, it's a great movie.
It's a
yeah.
it's not
great-
even
it's a
that
great
old.
movie.
but
It's a great
good.
movie. Well, it's over 10 years old
Oh
now.
my god, it is.
But great movie.
Tom Cruise, right?
Yeah, Tom
Yeah.
Cruise and
Emily Blunt.
Emily Blunt. And
Yeah.
such a good movie. Like,
Yeah.
just good.
It's funny too.
It's funny. It's action packed.
Touching,
It's
yeah.
well done.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was one of those things where we like sat and watched it. I was like, oh, it's on now because it's got put on HBO Max.
Yeah.
And so I put it on there and watched it, and we were like, holy cow. And then at like towards the end, we had both totally forgot like the last like 30 minutes.
because it
you
goes
know,
in. Yeah.
Right. So it was like, this is like a whole new movie. Like, I don't even remember any of this. And it was like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
So really good to the point that we were like, I wonder if the kids want to watch this. Like, it's
worth,
not that bad.
It's worth
for,
a watch. Yeah,
you
I
know.
think the line is okay.
That's
for
pretty
most
good.
Kids.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
So-
it just most people don't know that Edge of Tomorrow is pretty much a sequel to Top Gun Maverick.
it does make it a lot more interesting.
I mean,
Yeah,
if
because
you
Maverick
watch it
leaves
that way.
and
Ma-
goes right into this.
Maverick leaves,
yeah,
and
it's-
then it's
a
like this
marketing
future,
job.
Future,
Yeah.
this future setting,
Yeah.
right? Where things like that exist. But it's one way to interpret it, which
Yeah,
is
100%.
makes it fun.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we watched that. We watched something else. I can't remember what we. I think you should leave.
Oh, the new
Started season 3, finished that,
Okay.
knocked those 6 out. We watched 2 a night over
It
the
looks
weekend.
to be a show
And
that I would enjoy.
So I'm going to make the same request that I told Dane.
Okay.
Start with season 2.
Okay.
It goes.
It's like Parks and
it's
Rec. Just skip the
hard
first
and
season.
fast. Hard and fast. Good. Awesome. Season 2 is amazing.
Hmm.
Season 3 takes it to the next level to prove that they're geniuses
Yeah.
in their comedic chops.
'Kay.
Season 1 is they're experimenting. They're
Right.
trying. Maybe they let the laugh go a little too
Because
long.
I definitely had
Maybe they
some
let the
funny
bit
ones
go a
in
little
season
too
one,
long.
but it was
Season 1's
mixed.
good, but you got to watch season 2 first, then rewatch season 3 because then you're like, then you can tolerate it, right?
Yeah.
You go, okay, now I get it.
And then you'll go back and watch season 1 just to see if you missed anything.
Yeah, well, no, you watch season 2, then you go back and watch season 1 if you want
Sure.
to. But season 2, season 3, then season 1. That's how you do it for maximum effect.
As I said.
But yeah, so finish that. It was
Is there
great.
a scene that they goes through a drive-through, and
Yes.
he goes through this drive-through? Yeah, and he tells, he
doing
basically
something
goes,
here.
"Hey, I'm
gonna pay it forward.
I'm gonna pay it forward, and pay for the person behind me."
So
And
then he goes
like, whips
around,
yeah.
he pays, and they're like, "Wow, so nice of you." And then all of a sudden, he like whips around and gets
Yeah.
in the back and orders 60 hamburgers, 60 cheeseburgers, 60 fries, 60 drinks, 60 apple pies, and then
Oh
he's
my
like
God.
looking, and the guy's like, "Hey, what the heck?"
I'm not paying for this. You have to.
You have to. That's the rule. And then the lady goes, "Hey, where the heck get going?" And he goes, "This guy's trying to do a pay it forward scheme, and he's messing it up."
lady
And
backs
so she backs up,
Just like a
she-
J-turn.
Yeah, she backs up and doesn't want to pay for it either. Like she's like, "How am I doing this?" So
Yeah, I saw a clip of that on TikTok, and I was like, maybe I should watch this.
it is so fun, but it's little things, little bits. So it was good. Sunday finished the car.
Okay.
Got it all done. Just did advanced wool pad outside, polished it out, got it looking sharp. We also did s'mores this weekend.
Ooh.
The fire and the Jarls hangout.
Of course.
And then Carly's sister and her brother Zane, Heather and Zane showed up, hung out with us. We had Tucker walking around on his hind legs, doing the crawling in the grass, holding him, just playing with this little guy. It was so much fun on Saturday night. And then Sunday morning they came over, said bye, hung out for a little bit. Kids were in shambles because of their losing the cousin. But pretty crazy, dude. It was so much fun just having him in the house. It was a nice little weekend, simple weekend. Got a car detailed, which was really good. My mom comes home today. Nice. She's been gone for 3 months in Texas. So I went over there this morning to her house, got the blower out, blew all the stuff off her patio, brought her car in, just finished washing her car for her. I'm going to take it back on my lunch break, swap cars. That way she's got a clean car when she gets home tonight from the airport. And then Augie washed his first car yesterday.
Ooh. Yeah.
This
last night. We'll see. I'm going to try.
Okay.
Last night, it was cool out. It was nice. The kids were outside. Carly was outside. I thought, Og, why don't you wash your mom's car?
Yeah.
And she goes, oh, that'd be nice. And once she said that, he was like, oh, okay. Yeah, I'll do that. Pulled the car up, got the hose out. Just a hose and a bucket of soap. And I put in a green body brush. I put in a wash mitt and a towel just in the bucket. Told him what to do. I said, get the car all wet and start soaping it up, scrub it up. Let him do whatever he wanted. It was painful for me. I will not lie to you guys. It was hard.
What was the order of operations he chose?
He just sprayed everything randomly and then sprayed me randomly and then
not the car.
Yeah, and then filled up with the soap and then just kind of he slid the brush across the surface. He'd like drape the hose on stuff.
Hold on. So he had the brush and he's like maybe on the hood or something and he just threw it like across while the brush was down. So the handle made contact.
So it would scrub.
With the...
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So now, mind you guys got to remember, the new white car, not coated.
Right.
I've done a quick Uno Advanced and polish over it, just quick, and a decon. Haven't fully finished the car and polished it. So it's perfect for this job.
Sure.
The key to watch out for was dings, right? That's all I really cared about.
Sounds like he was going for a record, though.
Yeah, no. So he did his best, and I was super proud of him. He washed a lot of the vehicle.
A lot.
Got most of it all done. His sister sat in the driver's seat and rocked out. Carly played some music for her. And Augie created a new character, Bob. And apparently Bob is some sort of foreigner.
Okay.
Oh, so there's like an offensive accent.
Strange foreign descent, but he created his own accent and then
he's a regular
said,
Sacha Baron Cohen,
Bob's going to be washing your car today.
Yeah.
Oh,
he cleaned the wheels. He washed the whole car. I was super proud of him. The thing that was getting cringe for me was just he has no process.
Yeah.
And I had to remember that this is the first time that he is doing this. And so I said, hey, we start top to bottom. We work this way. We work this way. We do this. And he's like, yeah, okay, old man. And did it. And he listened.
I got this.
Yeah, I took some video of him. I'll post it on the podcast discussion group so you guys can see him doing his best at scrubbing. He didn't do bad.
Okay.
At the end of the day, we rinsed I told him how to rinse it. He rinsed all the soap off. Car was clean. Pulled out some 1500s. Dried the whole car down. And then I hit it with the Clean Maker combo.
Oh, yeah.
That I mixed up a bottle of Clean Maker, which is Bead Maker and Dream Maker, and wiped down the car with that and looked really great. But Augie I was very impressed and proud of him, and I would like to have him start doing this more often because I was 9 or 10 when I started washing cars. And not just like you need to start doing that. It was like, hey, why don't you go wash the car?
Yeah.
And my dad would just sit inside and let me wash the car.
No interruptions.
Yeah. The key was he'd come out and check and just say, please make sure there's no soap drying on the car. That's all. But he'd let me wash it. And then that became one of my chores with taking the trash out, walking the dog, wash the car on a Saturday if you're bored. But at least try to wash the cars twice a month. That was kind of the rule. So I'd like to try and do that with Og if there's, some just to see.
Yeah.
I think he'd get a little better. He loves using the pressure washer. So I think maybe next time I hook up the pressure washer and the foam cannon, I think he'd have a little more fun with. Yeah. And then get him into scrubbing and that kind of work there. So, but yeah, I told Anthony, I can't wait for that day. You're going to feel like I did, where you're just like, you don't want to be the guy that goes, "You're doing it wrong,"
No, because then that
because
sticks in their memory.
they have no concept of it.
And they're like,
It's all
well, you
fresh,
never told me how
right?
to do it right.
Yeah.
You just told me to do it, so I'm doing it the way instinctively I think it should work. I don't know.
Yeah.
But super proud of him.
Yeah, good.
And then Carly and I have been doing our walk. We need to record another episode of the podcast. With coming back from the trip, and then just this week we just haven't. I've been tired, and we just haven't had the time to sit down and do it. But we have to get on and get it. So thank you to everybody that's been listening. Really appreciate it.
Nice.
That's it.
Nice.
No, good job, guys.
Very good. Dane, what your weekend look like?
Well, a little stretch.
Oh my gosh, he did so much that he's gonna have to throw a stretch into the mix.
Well, yeah, I'll get into that later. But yeah, no, this weekend was cool. This weekend was fun, and I guess kind of getting to the point of it was I haven't been out towards Firebird Raceway in a while. That's like our local drag racing track, and I was told that one of the employees here, Josh Petro, who you may have heard from if you've ever done business with the rag company, he's a guy you may talk to if you're into that kind of thing. And yeah, he has a couple of sons, and one of them is a kart racer now, races go-karts.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But I didn't know too much about, that. So that was kind of something that was exciting when they asked this weekend if, hey, you guys want to come out and watch Cohen race? So I was like, okay, why don't we go out and check it out? Now, I'd never been to this track
So
before.
who's we?
So
went
we, basically myself, my brother, and my parents.
Oh, okay.
So we went out and just, supported Josh and his kids. So it was great. But I got some video footage and stuff from there. They asked me to record some things. So I had a little fun just shooting some stuff of him getting out there. But it was cool. He had like a little TRC jumpsuit, and it was kind of brand. They're going to basically wrap this whole car for him and stuff. So when it gets done, John Francie's going to like do the whole wrap on it and stuff.
Yeah.
It should be pretty cool when it's all set up. But
Yeah.
anyway, yeah, no, it's just interesting to go out and see like amateur, kids level racing. Because, like no matter how good somebody is in a sport, almost every single one of them, if they're an F1, whatever, they started at this level in karts.
Yep.
So it's always neat to see, kind of the beginnings of that. And to Colin's credit, he kicked butt. He actually won both races this weekend.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he knocked it out. But it was very, very cool seeing how it all played out. And that track is actually pretty fun too. But as far as the actual playback is concerned, I mean, I'm just kind of showing some highlights. But yeah, there he goes, racing by. But he did a great job. And it was really interesting seeing the different classes, the different levels. So, I mean, you had everything from like the little 30 or 40 cc guys all the way up to 203 cc's, but those are 4 strokes. His were 2 strokes, so they're a little louder, little torquier sounding and stuff. But yeah, that kid spun out and he buzzed right by him. But that was a good little move. But yeah, no, it just kind of gives you a sense of what they were doing. But yeah, he was setting good lap times. He was leading the pack by the time he got halfway through the first lap, pretty much.
Wow.
So yeah, he was kicking it. But what's cool is I have to stress this: he hasn't been doing this for very long.
No, he hasn't.
This is all very new for him.
No, this is all within like the last 2 months.
Yeah, and
It's
something he's kind of picked up, and it's been interesting to see because up to this point, I get it, living in your bigger brother's shadow, it can be kind of frustrating. Yeah, there he is. It can be kind of frustrating where you feel like, I need my thing. What's my thing?
Yeah.
And, it's part of your identity, whatever. When you're young, you're trying to figure out, that kind of stuff. So when you find something you're good at, it's exciting. And in this case, he's found karting, and he's actually really good at it. So it's just fun to see somebody at the beginning of their journey. So, shout out to Cohen there. But yeah, great job. Anyway, that was kind of the beginning on Saturday, and I got sun-fried, nice little, baked out there. But then after that, my family and I were kind of like, okay, what if we went to like a movie or something? So we went and saw Guardians 3.
Nice.
So that was fun. And what Glenn had said and Anthony had said about it was pretty much true.
I think I also said those words too.
You may have said it too. I just know like Glenn was especially in my ear about, wow, for a PG-13 movie, this movie sure found a way to be gory.
Don't take your kids to it.
It's well, in addition to that, there's so many other things going on that I think would just like traumatize a kid.
No, that's why you don't take your kids.
It's good, but it is like tear jerky and definitely emotionally manipulative on like wouldn't it be bad if something bad happened to this animal or these other animals kind of way. So if you're the kind of person who gets squeamish around that, consider yourself warned. But it is good. It's very good. It's just, if you're not ready for that, it will give you a gut punch.
It is
Moving
true.
apart from that, I would say I really wanted to remember how I got that little shed last weekend? That was like a tool shed.
It's a shed solution package.
Yeah.
Short
1.0.
shed solution.
It's a short box.
Yeah.
So basically, sits below the window line, goes out on my back patio. It's a place for me to store the mower, trimmer, stuff like that. I also have a big shed in the back, but that thing's got shelves in it. It's already full of other stuff. So I needed a place that I could put the mower that wasn't going to be, super out of the way. This is for stuff that gets used more regularly. So I put together this little guy I picked up, and I'm really happy with it. Although it's funny, it got delivered here instead of my house because the driver from Home Depot just remembered that
Not the
I
driver
worked
from
here.
Home Depot, UPS.
UPS. Okay, so it wasn't Home Depot. Home Depot was
UPS.
where I got it from, and then it was delivered via UPS.
Yeah.
Sometimes they have Home Depot local drivers that'll deliver, but in this case, the guy remembered my driveway and said, "I'd like to avoid that."
Well,
please."
it's our main UPS driver that
Yeah,
shows
it's a
up
big
there
guy.
every day. So he knows everybody's names just about. He knows all the employees of the rag company. And so he
Yeah.
walked in and he goes, Levi. I said, hey, man, what's up? And he goes, Dane Hennon works here, right? He's in this building?
Yeah.
And I said, yeah. And he goes, is this his address? And I said, yeah. And he goes,
It's a breach of
and
security.
he goes,
I don't know if you can actually do that.
yeah, and I go, yeah.
I'd give him a pass
and-
on this one.
Yeah, and I go, Dane, and Dane's like, I'm on the phone. Because you've been on hold for like an hour.
I've been on hold for like an hour with insurance
Yeah,
companies trying
so-
to switch providers and stuff. So I was like, totally, I can't get off this line right now because I'll lose all my progress if I do.
So I go, yeah, no, that's his address. And he goes, do you think he'd mind if I dropped off a package here instead of driving up to his house? Because I can't turn my truck around in his driveway, and I don't want to carry this up the driveway.
He's not wrong.
And I said, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't
I would
mind.
like to fix that someday.
And I go, unless it's too big. And he goes, no, it's not too big. And
Because I
so
thought he said it
yeah.
was big, and so I was worried. I was like, "Am I going to be able to carry?"
Well,
this
then he
in the
goes,
car?
it's not too big. And then he goes, let me go get my cart. And I was like, oh no,
Your
what did
cart.
I do? What did I just okay?
You're like, did I
Yeah.
just approve something that Dane's going to be mad about?
Anthony and
It's
I
like,
gonna
no,
have
it's
to go
fine,
up and
it's
help him
fine.
carry this up this thing.
You just volunteered
But-
to like carry this thing.
Yeah, and then he dropped it off. So it worked out pretty nice. It was a nice little.
I have to say the
fit and a
packaging
flex.
on those, like for the building this, it cracked me up because it said 2-person lift, warning, heavy, all this stuff.
Wasn't that heavy?
It was not that heavy. I've seen things that should have had that didn't, but this one was like really trying to be safe. It's like, you don't have to worry about it. So anyway, I got to a point where I wanted to build that this weekend. So I
Nice.
built it up.
Did
in
you
the
live
middle of the
stream
storm.
the,
I did
the
not live
building
stream
of this
building
with
of
the airplane crashes in the background?
just randomly. It's a nice little palate cleanser, just something to really spice up what
not.
might otherwise
Are you
be a little
outside
boring.
with a TV?
I would do it. I would do it.
Just
Don't
set
put it
this up
past
behind me, guys.
Yeah.
I ran into Gabe's dad at Home Depot when I was getting a few parts I needed for stuff around the house, and just randomly, he saw my dog before he saw me, but that's I guess how he recognized
you
it.
brought
I
took
recognized
Callie to
you
the
brought
store?
Callie
I did.
to-
I don't normally do that, but in this case, I felt like I want to take a walk today, so I'll just take her with me while I do that. It was a nice little bonus walk, so she had some fun. But it works out, and she's very well behaved in those stores. I know some people get like, "Oh, dogs in a store." At Home Depot, like she's very
Mostly
good
just
about
the
it.
attacking of children. You know what I mean? Like it's,
She loves kids, and kids love her.
yeah,
Yeah,
She's
so
she's
we're
getting
okay
she's
there.
getting up there in age too.
She's 14 now for a big dog, and it's always funny. People always look and go, 14? Like big dogs don't get that old. And so, well, she is. I try not to think about it, but as they get older.
What are you going to
it's
get
something
next? What kind of dog are you going to get next when she
can't be-
goes?
that can't be thinking
Yeah,
like
I
that.
mean,
Yeah,
like-
I'd be thinking about it. I'd be like,
Dane,
what kind of dog?
a
Like
beagle-
no
like a-
dog
like
or
a beagle guy,
like a smaller dog, like a more portable dog for
my-
like road trips?
teacup Pomeranian.
Hey, I grew up with Pomeranians. I suppose that says a lot. But actually, no, I actually love Pomeranians. Like, I get it.
What about a corgi?
They're a foofy little dog, but I actually love them. Corgis, love them. Very barky, though, aren't they? They can be.
Yeah.
It depends. Maybe
more
it's
of
just
a-
because
mine's a growler.
what I know of John's.
Yeah, mine growl.
Yeah, you like
Okay.
you like Shih Tzus?
Not so much.
No?
But I really like Samoyeds.
Sorry, Shih Tzu.
Love Samoyeds.
That's a lot of hair.
That's a lot of hair. See, the problem is all the dogs I like are like these like winter dogs that are just.
I think that
You
you
Built
get,
to
I know what you
fluff,
need for
like
your
a
land.
Spitz or something.
Irish Wolfhound.
Those are kind of ugly.
honestly
Big dog.
low hair,
Low hair.
low hair, and something that's also
There we
maybe
go.
easy
Alex,
to maintain.
Dane's getting
Also,
an actual jaguar to
No,
spice things
what about
up.
a Chihuahua?
I'm not a Chihuahua guy.
Really?
Can't rock it. No.
No?
I would sooner get like
You could name him Pepito and carry him around.
Yo Quiero Taco Bell?
I would sooner get
No,
like
right?
a small like pit bull or staff terrier or something before I got a Chihuahua. Just for me.
I could not see with a pit bull at all.
Yeah.
That's
I-
the
I-
last
John's dog,
I'd see.
Bruticus, I would steal from him.
No, Brutus.
Yeah,
I would
is
take
great.
that dog from John.
He's
Physically.
kind of scary.
I love
Bruticus
that
is
until you
dog.
get
He's
to
so
know him,
cute.
and then he's not.
Such a sweetie.
Yeah, it scares me.
Yeah,
a little
no,
bit.
pit bulls can be very sweet. So it just all depends on the upbringing. But anyway, way off on a tangent. Built that. No, my problem was.
He'll get you an Argentinian Corso.
Oh, a cane Corso. That would be gnarly, dude.
$20 from Yoshi.
Whoa. Callie and I will be holding an illegal poker tournament in the new shed this weekend. No one tell Dane. So it's dogs
Awesome.
playing poker plus Yoshi. I like
Yeah.
that. That's nice. And staff terrier. Yeah, no, there's a lot of cool dogs out there. But obviously, Callie is my love, my
Yeah,
pride
that's
and
what
joy.
Bruticus is an Amstaff.
You know, I got to look after her until, it's time. So I hope it's not time anytime soon. But anyway, that was pretty much the early part of my weekend. Enjoyed the movie and all that stuff, and then built the shed. And then on Sunday, Anthony gets a crack up at this. I was having trouble, like my shoulder was just not treating me right. And because it's Sunday, the place I'd normally go to like get a back adjustment, like chiropractor or whatever, is not open.
Yeah.
And obviously, like my physical therapy I'd been doing for building core strength and stuff, they had an appointment coming this week, but it wasn't happening yet, so I can't go there. It's Sunday, nobody's open. But I had this horrible.
They just wanted to work out.
I had this horrible pain in my shoulder.
There's places that are open on Sundays.
I had this horrible pain in my shoulder, and so like if I lifted above
Yeah.
this level, it just became unbearable,
Yeah.
and it like shot a pain into my neck. So I'm like, okay, I need to do something about this.
So you went to the joint down the street?
So I probably could have done that. No, I just went and looking like, where can I get like a back massage that targets this? So I ended up basically finding a place at Silver Creek that's like right over here by Euroshack. It's literally in the strip mall just down the
Okay.
street from the
Yeah.
office here. They have a big sign that says they're open. I'm like, okay, it's close. I'll try it out. Okay,
Yeah.
the star ratings are high.
Well,
so it doesn't
what's
seem
funny
bad.
is that it's Silver Creek Asian Massage is what that is, right? And so
Jesus.
what's hilarious is that most massage places aren't open on Sundays, right?
Oh, no.
It's a Monday through Saturday thing, right? So Dane, you happen to find one massage parlor that was
you're
open.
making this sound so
5 stars.
seedy, and it's
5
not.
stars.
No, it's a 5-star parlor. So what happened?
I see your smirk. No, this was not that kind of place. But you walk in there and you're like, oh, okay, they got the like water flowing and the music
and
going.
is there
and
there's a bonsai tree.
I love bonsai trees. I
I
have
know,
two at home.
but I'm just saying, you're
I'm a curator of bonsai trees now. No,
Yeah.
but you walk in and I'm like, okay, I'm dying. This is driving me nuts, and I don't want to just take ibuprofen because I want to actually get some work done today. So I'm just like, can I get something done that will just fix this? And I feel bad because the lady's trying to speak to me, but it's a little broken English, and I'm just
Oh,
trying to like
weird.
understand. So.
Strange.
And she's pointing at the menu, and she's very nice, but she's like trying to show me on the menu, like, okay, just pick the one you think. And I'm like, well, what works for this? And she goes, maybe here.
You stuck to the front page. You didn't
So-
flip it over, right?
No, I stuck to the. It was like a hipster chalkboard menu.
Yeah, of course
It was a hipster chalkboard menu,
Yes.
and it's written out. I'm just like, okay, do this one. So it's like, all right, fine. Go back, do the thing, and basically just definitely worked, but it was like a deep tissue. So basically, through the course of an hour, I had myself like I felt like I got in a fight with Tyson when I got out of this thing. It was so bad because when you work out and you like tear muscle, you're tearing it to build it up again. That's what. Afterwards, this essentially felt like was, oh my God, I'm in so much pain. The shoulder thing, the neck thing, totally gone. I was like, oh, that's gone. But as soon as I tried to get up, it was, and I'm just walking around like an old man bent over. I can't. So I get in my car awkwardly and try and go home. And I was going to go on my walk later that afternoon to have another daily walk. And I'm just like, I can't do this. So it was just miserable.
Before we get any further, so my favorite part is that Dane was telling me this massage story yesterday. And what I love is he goes, Anthony, I've never gotten a massage, right? This isn't something that
And that's true. I never
So-
actually got. I have a massage chair at home. I've never gotten a formal massage in
He's-
like a spa or anything like
He's
that.
never
had body work done.
gotten a massage before.
So I don't really know
my
what to
favorite part
expect.
is he's telling me about the interaction between him and this lady, and he goes, yeah. So like, is it okay if I just strip down to my underwear, or like, what do I need to do?
I didn't know what to do.
I know.
Thank you for sharing.
But like, honestly, you don't even ask. Like, you just do that, right? And or it's just your comfort level. But I suppose if you don't know, you don't know.
You
right?
don't know. So
But
you don't want to be awkward.
I am glad that you asked the question, so you wouldn't have gone above and beyond, basically.
No.
But they wouldn't have been shocked, though. That's the other part, because it's part of the job. It's part of the job.
You don't know that.
No, this is not that kind of place. The point
Well, I'm
being,
sorry that you got more wrecked. And then you had to go home and get in the massage chair.
It was so
and
funny, though,
relax.
because the whole point of it was to like, okay, now I'll feel better. I'll be able to go do
Work
my
it
work.
out a little bit, yeah.
Instead, I spent the rest of the day just recovering from that, and I came into work yesterday. I was just destroyed. I was miserable. I'm better today. Like, it's all starting to kind of fade away, but holy cow, like, it went so deep into muscles that hadn't been used in a long time. Just like, oh my God, I feel like I'm absolutely destroyed. But, feeling like Rocky at the end of the first Rocky movie. That's what I felt like. So anyway, that was that. But just shows,
Well, an
you don't know what
adventure-filled
what
weekend.
you got. But I was trying, man. I was trying something new. So a little adventure there.
Little racing,
yeah.
little movie watching, little shed building,
Yeah.
little massage therapy.
Yeah, massage therapy. I like that.
So, and then I went home and I watched The Right Stuff because I hadn't actually watched that movie in a really long time. And I felt like watching it for some reason. So 1983, all about the astronaut programs, initial stuff, Chuck Yeager, all that.
Wow.
So that was kind of cool. Somebody in the audience might find that interesting. Anyway, that's my weekend, but I'll leave it at that. But Anthony,
Silver Creek.
Anthony, you got
I
some...
think people know where they need to get you massage gift certificates too, right?
you gave me a punch card.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Please send all
Nice.
gift
It's like,
certificates
all right,
to
here's a punch
Dane at theragcompany.com.
Yep.
We will heal him one massage at a time.
Oh,
Right.
man. Oh, man.
Oh man, Dane. It's
I try, man. I try.
for Dane, I don't know if anything ever like that is truly relaxing for him, because Dane is he is that little bit of awkwardness in those situations where he goes, "Is this what you want me to do with my arm, or is
I just
is
don't know.
this okay?"
I just don't know. But yeah, sure.
No, in that case, I just literally just turned the brain off and basically fell asleep on the table. Just like, blew up.
Yeah,
It was
One way
easier.
to do it.
sir, roll over. She's like,
No.
trying to roll, push you. Anyway, okay, so I guess I'm up for my weekend.
Okay. Oh no. All right. Thanks, guys.
Crap, that's so good.
Oh my gosh.
The rest of the day, Dane watched Godzilla with the
subtitles
subtitles on.
Oh, I'm
my
so glad G
God.
didn't miss this one.
No, I know.
Glad to have G back.
G needed to be here for this, and anyway, so I don't know if my weekends were all as my weekend was all as exciting as your guys'. So my wife went out of town. She had a wedding to go to in Viva Las Vegas, right? And so she was gone. She left on Thursday, which meant I was on dad duty for pretty much those days in the weekend. So I think what was it, Friday we had our slop dog day, right? Which
Thank you to Brett G for a
yeah.
delicious slop
Yes.
dog party.
it was insane.
Yeah.
We couldn't believe that they were actually as good as they were.
They
I
were
mean,
great.
and extremely filling.
Even
If you're not
I,
a chili
a
dog
naysayer,
fan, you need
had
a slop dog
two.
fan.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dane had two.
You know what helped because it's the loose meat thing. It
Was the solid meat in the
was
middle?
the solid meat in the loose meat helped
Okay.
offset some loose meat ishness.
But there's no
So-
texture issues, right?
Right.
It was a nice clean bite with a snap at the end.
Yeah.
See, that's what I want is a snap. You don't get a snap with loose meat.
Well, sometimes you don't always want that. You can gum a sloppy Joe. You can't gum a hot dog. Well,
You can't. You
maybe
can.
you can.
With enough bite force.
Yeah. So anyway, so we had a fantastic day that day, but I actually ended up going home after that, and me and my daughter, she is able to now tell me that she wants to go to the park to go play, right?
Yeah,
which
that's
is
nice.
which is pretty cool. So, and so much so that she will walk to the front door, right? She'll ask Jules what she do. She has to put her shoes on, right? Because
Yeah.
she's a big fan of shoes.
Yeah, that's good.
It's a good thing. She loves getting her shoes put on. So I put on her shoes, and then she grabs her Wawa, right, her water, her bottle, and she walks to the front door. And she goes, points to the front door, and she'll say something in gibberish that I can't understand.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, oh, okay, so you want to go out to the front door. So I open up the front door. She walks out, walks down the path, and then starts walking down the sidewalk. And I'm like, where are you going? You know, where you go next?
Yeah.
And she walks down to the walking path and takes a ride on the walking path.
Wow.
And she starts walking down, and she turns around, and she points this way, and I go, all right, my little 19-month-old, she's 19 or she's about 19 months old, I think. She keeps walking, and before you know it, I am there at the park.
Wow.
With the swings.
She walked the whole way.
She walks the whole way, and so yeah, she loves the swings, and so we did that for a little while, and then that night, right, we're getting pretty hungry, right? Wife's out of town. I'm like, you know what? I want to eat some food that my wife normally is not interested in, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Have you guys ever had Mo Betta's Hawaiian food?
No.
I've heard of it. I have not had it, though.
Well, this will keep you from hopefully ordering from them.
Oh, no. No, Mo.
So
Mo Betta's not good?
Mo Betta's was more like no Betta's, man. It was it was fun because we got there, and over in the parking lot there is this giant inflatable thing I see over there. I'm like, what the heck is this, right? What's this all about? And I asked the people at the Mo Betta's as I was ordering my Hawaiian food. I said, what's up with that big old inflatable thing? They're like, we don't know. It's been there for like a week. So we get the food. I order myself the 10-hour smoked, pig pork, whatever it was.
How could that not be good?
Right, and I also got the teriyaki beef, and I got some white rice and their macaroni, right? And I'm like, this is good. I got Lucy, I got some rice and some chicken. Well, we go to pull over that inflatable place, right?
Yeah.
This place is massive, Levi.
Okay.
Huge. Pull up, and I see the sign. It's called Inflatable World, right? Okay. And pull up, and she starts saying, play. She's like, play. And I'm like, oh, I don't know what this is. I'm like, let me... Here, let me go. I'm like, you know what? I'm like, your diaper hasn't been changed in like 2 hours. I'm like, you only have like sandals on right now. I'm like, I don't think we're gonna stop, right?
Right.
So I start driving away, and I go, maybe I should probably pull around just to see how long they're here for. So I pull away. She starts losing it, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh crap. So then I pull back up, and she's like, yay.
No.
And I'm like, no. We're not gonna.
Yeah, you can't do that.
We're not going. And she
gotta
goes,
need to block the windows.
I was like, we're not going. And she goes, go, play. I'm like, crap, man. I'm like, what do I do in this situation?
Then she turns to you in perfect English and says, you're giving me mixed signals, man.
So I hop out and I go run to the front. And I say, hey, man, how long are you guys here for? I'm like, we're here till like August. And I'm like, oh, no way. This is pretty crazy. Whoa. So I'm talking like 30-foot inflatable slide, right? Like massive. Like you
That's
could
huge.
hurt yourself on this, right? Along with like jump houses and like boxing ring things and all sorts of different things. Like an under 5 area. Yeah. Questionably probably should be like 5 to 10. It looks pretty intimidating, right? And I was like, cool, that sounds good.
Where's this at?
It's over off of Linder and Chinden.
Okay.
Linder and Chinden area. There's that new beautiful
Winco
and Olive Garden, right?
It's an inflatable farm.
No, it's Inflatable World. Get it right. Get my wife's name right. So anyway, I hop back in the car, right, and she is just like play, just like tugging everything, and I'm like, oh man, I'm like, hey, we're not. We're starting. So I start driving off, dude. I've never seen. She hasn't had a meltdown in my possession at this point. She had a full on meltdown. I felt so freaking bad. But at that point in time, I was willing to give her whatever she wanted. I mean, like I was thinking, do I go back to Inflatable World?
Do I need to kill a human for her?
I'll go back to Inflatable World and do this. But I'm like, maybe I'll just drive for a couple minutes and see if she mellows out. She eventually did. Anyways, Mo Betta's, right? Horrible. Worst sauce I've ever had in my entire life, right? No. And that's like a pinnacle point of part of their dishes, right?
Right.
That you get this Hawaiian sauce. Horrible. It was just...
What would you describe it as?
It had like this weird aftertaste, right? Like no sauce should have an aftertaste that's bad. This one does.
The whole point of sauce is to enhance things.
Oh, no. It, like, dehanced it. And so it reduced it. It was horrible. The white rice, kind of good, right? I can make better sticky white rice with those little Costco things, right? So I wasn't that impressed. The meat, again, not that great.
So what did you get? The brisket or the pork?
It was like the pork and the beef, right?
10-hour pork, right?
10 hours. In 10 hours, you know what I can do that's better than that? Everything.
Yeah.
Oof.
Anything, right?
All of it.
Cardboard. Probably make it taste better than that.
Yeah.
But
Sous
the
vide.
big takeaway here is that their macaroni, there was so much freaking mayo on that macaroni, it was unbearable. Like Dane's a mayo guy, so I
loves
think
mayonnaise. Yeah.
I think Dane could have withstood that mayo overload, but it was disgusting. So anyway,
Oh, I'm sorry. That sucks.
no
Thank you, Jay.
no bettas, man. It's not worth it. So
To the dizzying highs of slop dogs, Mobetta's.
I'm hoping maybe I just had a one-off bad experience, but it wasn't great for what it was. But they do have a drive-through, which is very convenient, but it is expensive. So again, if you're gonna do like a barbecue like that, go to our friends over at Dickey's.
Yeah, or Knack Attack, or
Or whether you like
any of the
R&R.
other.
You like R&R
R&R's
barbecue?
good too. We had R&R here for TRC.
Pretty delicious. So anyway, but I did that, and then Friday night, like, dude, I was trying to watch some stuff I haven't watched, right? So I ended up pulling up Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
Ah,
Amazing movie.
because you hadn't seen it.
Amazing.
Truly a wonder.
It is. It's a
great.
fun time,
fun.
man.
Well written.
It's very fun.
Funny, like it was the whole thing. And my biggest takeaway
Plenty of
there,
action. Plenty of laughs.
I'd never heard the name Jarnathan before, right? And that became my new favorite name. So I'm thinking that if I ever get a cat for any reason, I'm not.
Well,
a
you might.
huge-
You have a little. You have a
Wow.
child. that
I was
might
afraid
want
you
one.
were going to say if you had a son, you'd name him Jonathan.
No, but if I had a cat, I'd probably name the cat Jarnathan because it's just a silly. Because
Come here, Jarny.
Yeah, it's a
cats
great cat name.
need silly names because
Yeah.
they're not really animals. So anyway, moving on. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Cats are fine. I like cats. Cats are cute. So
You like indoor cats that don't go outside. That don't
Yeah.
go
Like
into
Sergeant
their
Popper or
vehicles.
Chairman
yes,
Meow.
I don't do any of that. I don't jump on things. I just like cats
Stay
that are
in the house.
I like ragdoll cats.
Yeah.
That just you just pick them up and move them where you
Yeah,
want them
that's
to.
See, I
what
like the Munchkin cats
So
with
my
like the
cat-
half-length legs.
He wants the
Yeah.
dwarf cat.
I want the Corgi cats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sherlock, our big, huge 22
Dean wants a
pound-
cat with the breathing problems.
Yeah.
He likes
He
those.
wants those.
No, it doesn't need to be a mush face.
He's
It's
like
just gotta have-
my cat also wears a CPAP. Time to go to bed as he just pulls the thing over the thing. Yeah.
You're merely a dog.
No, I was going to say, you would like Sherlock because he is just a large tub of goo that is covered in fur that can
Right.
slide about the property
Yeah.
when you need it to. Cats are not fun. figures.
Oh man, I love G Davis when Dane drives by inflatable world phone automatically
Oh, you
switches
missed that
to
one.
separate their silly bomb mode. That's so freaking funny.
Oh,
So,
But yeah, Dungeons and Dragons, hilarious.
It's a fun movie.
G Davis, if you haven't seen that movie, I think that you would even enjoy
I
that.
think he would love
I
it.
think you'd have fun
potentially.
with it. Yeah.
But I had a lot of fun with that movie, and so
Do you know the Bradley Cooper part? I actually had to run and fill up our drinks. And
Oh no! So you just totally
so I
missed
missed
it.
that. So I have no frame of reference for that. And when I came back, Carly was like,
you miss Bradley
"Oh,
Cooper.
You missed it. It's such a pinnacle."
Meanwhile, I
scene."
was staring right at
Yeah.
the screen and I was squinting. I'm like, "That's not Bradley Cooper.
Yeah,
Is
it's
it Bradley
it's a
Cooper? That's not
cameo
Bradley Cooper."
appearance that is
Pretty
hilarious.
great. It's absolutely hilarious.
He
So,
looks a little different. His hair or something is like very different.
worth watching.
Yeah.
And then so anyway, I think it's Saturday. It was kind of a half and half day. I ended up doing half dad stuff, and we've been playing. I mean, my daughter, she's just been going crazy with the chalk in the backyard,
Yeah,
right?
it's that time of the year.
And she likes drawing on the screen door,
Yeah.
right?
Oh.
Because it's so receptive of the chalk, right?
Right.
It just
Takes the
really
chalk well.
it grades it, is
Yeah.
what it does, which is just a beautiful thing that happens there.
Yeah,
it
it's like a
doesn't
cheese grater.
ever really wash off fully. But anyway, so she's been doing that. She's been marking up a bunch of other stuff around the yard, and I'm trying to figure out my yard situation because my waters had been shut off for
Right.
5 days.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm about to go to the HOA, right?
Were they doing something? What?
No,
what's up?
my dude, that water pump, like I don't know what they do. They throw in like something that's undersized and it burns out. Like this happens every single
it's a
year. I think if you were to
scheme?
go back a year,
Yeah.
from
Watch
today
our podcast,
to our
you would see.
podcast, I think it's me also time with the water pump and my lawn dying.
Because it feels like HOAs are always doing that. Oh, we need $5,000 for the water pump to do the things. So everybody's rates are going to go up.
No,
That's why I just belong to an irrigation district.
Yeah.
and I pay $25 a year for my water, for my
Yeah.
irrigation water.
Well,
was one thing I
think-
liked about
think-
Meridian.
I
As soon
think-
as the
I think
water
we-
hit the
I think-
canal, boom, boom.
No, I think
pop
we
them
are on
tops.
irrigation.
You
but
are on
I think it
irrigation
still has to
district.
pump it to the houses itself,
Well,
right?
it pumps it to the valves that you have to turn on.
Correct.
There's something going
like
on
that,
there.
right? Anyways,
Something
just
expensive.
garbage. And so I'm going to start charging my HOA for my fertilizer since it apparently that's just a moot thing. I don't even need to be doing that, honestly, because they're just going to kill my grass anyway.
Yeah.
They're just going to argue you could use city water if you wanted it that
So,
bad.
no, my street looks horrible. Well, my one side of the street looks horrible. The other side's on a different pump. It looks amazing. And they go, "Are you watering?" I go, trying to. You should hand water. Do I have time to hand water? No, I don't have the time to do that. So I was trying to figure that out for half the day. And then I got a little break in half the day. I was able to knock out a couple car things, get things situated, get my garage cleaned up. I did an exhaust install, so I had to go clean a bunch of stuff up. My storage shed, right? Amazing, right? I've been able to put a lot of stuff in there, but I've found that through a lot of last few months, it's just
keep it empty?
No, we've just been throwing things in
Yeah.
there. It's unorganized. It was organized at first. It was wonderful. Now I've just been kind of like, I need it out of here. It's become the new dump room, which I'm going to go through and reorganize that. But I will say I am absolutely loving that shed. It's life changer. I mean, it's a game changer, and I'm going to figure out what new cool mods I can do to that thing. I'm thinking solar panels, right? I'm thinking throwing in a couple like that, just for a single light inside there when it's dark at night.
You're going to need like 5 solar panels just for one light.
Yeah, right. But
You
because
can go to Harbor Freight's got some great solar panel deals.
yeah, right.
Great inverter
I'm just
setups.
saying that
Yeah,
eventually,
you need
right?
an inverter.
If I lose my office room that I have, right, that might have to be my new sim setup, right? So
Right.
it's the sim shed.
Yeah, sim shed.
That's when you
Create a
start putting in
space.
surround sound. You'd put sound deadening on the
Oh my
walls.
gosh, Dane, you're getting me excited. Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
I'm into
could
all
be
those things.
Pretty cool.
So after that, I think Saturday, I went on a lot of walks. I went on a lot of park runs, but went looking for Trish again.
No
luck, man.
Okay.
No luck.
Maybe
Like I
it's
said.
because you're playing trivia and when you're walking around, it's almost too obvious. So she's skittish. She doesn't appear.
Yeah, I think that might be. I guess I'm trying to just follow the scent of the faint scent of cigarettes.
What's the opposite of trivium and cigarettes?
Opera and opera and I don't even know what the opposite of that would be. Something.
Commenters, let us know what you think would be the opposite of that. We're curious.
30%
now.
federal tax
Yeah.
credit on solar.
And I'm looking back through my photos right now to try to recap
It's a sweet deal.
what the heck I did over the
So
weekend.
I took the kids on Sunday to Stella's.
Oh, I didn't know this was
Ice
your
cream.
weekend.
No, I'm just telling you, while you're waiting, you're the one that's stuck. That was a good burn. It's a good burn. I'm just gonna.
You know, it's
don't
funny.
want-
That reminds
I
me.
don't
I
want.
have a story too.
I don't want dead air. That's all I'm saying.
I-
And I know
I
our
was-
listeners don't
Yeah.
either. So I'm just saying, took the kids to Stella's again, knocked it out of the park with
Yeah.
the ice cream. Unbelievable. You should have taken Lucy and gone and gotten some Stella's. Something you
well,
could have done.
So I can't remember. So Sunday, my wife ended up coming home on Sunday morning. I went and picked her up from the airport. It's not like she had a pretty good trip. And that was when I finally got a break, which was kind of nice, right? I was able to go and knock out a bunch of other things. So I did some more car-related things. And then, gosh, I'm trying to think, organize the garage. And I will say that last night, yesterday, just kind of off topic, not off topic, but just going into this week. Yesterday, I parked my RSX outside, right? Mm-hmm. Bird crapped on it, right on the spoiler, right? Baked in the sun the entire day.
on a black car.
On fresh clear.
It's not fresh,
It's
but I
pretty
mean,
fresh.
it's less than a year old.
That's still fresh.
So got it home, wiped it off. I literally had to chip away at the bird poop. That's how caked on it was. I had to
baked.
chisel it off. Dude, it warped that clear so bad. It was insane. I could catch it with my fingernail. And I was a little distraught. I was like, of course this happens to me, right? Mm-hmm. So, and one thing to note, that area is not coated, right?
Yeah.
Coat your cars, people.
You need to post those pictures you took last night.
I
And post
should.
them in the group just so
Yeah.
people can see.
Yeah, dude, it's
how bad
pretty.
a
It was
damage it did.
bad,
Is it?
man.
I even saw it and I was like, "Oh crap!"
Yeah. Like, what do you do with that? So, ended up 2,000 grit. Hit it with 2,000. Rupes Blue Chorus wool. Hit it with a yellow fine pad with hyper polish. And I was able to pull it out. fully expecting that it's going to come back, but it's been a day or it's been a half a day, hasn't come back yet with the heat change and whatnot. So we'll see. But dude, those etchings, especially in this time of the year, guys, if you see bird poop on your car, get it off. Get it off the second you see it. Do not let it sit there because that will just absolutely destroy your clear. But ended up pulling that out, which is great. And then I gave the car a wash last night, give it a full wash, and I used Incredible Suds from DIY Detail.
Yeah.
Nice.
I got to hand it to him. It's a good soap.
It is a good soap. It's nice.
It's a really nice soap. I like it in the foam can. I liked it in the bucket. Had a nice, just very, very, just a very satisfying wash. It's got a good smell to it and everything. And so that pretty much, I mean, for what it's worth, wrapped up my weekend. Pretty good time. Got to spend a lot of quality time with my daughter. And now back on the grind, right? Back on the grind. And hopefully here in the next couple of weeks, I got a car show coming up, right? Honda car show, not Hidden Springs car show.
That's right.
Honda related car show. So I got to get still a couple of these Hondas looking pretty before that time happens. And I have to, I don't know if I'm going to polish both cars. I don't know what the heck my plan is, but I know I don't have a lot of time to do exactly what I'm looking for.
Sure.
But it's like a 4-hour car show. So
that car show, are you bringing the RSX or are you bringing the Civic?
Bringing both.
Oh, that's
I need to
right.
I need to find a very safe driver for one of them.
Yeah.
I don't know of a whole lot of safe drivers out there, but maybe there's one out there.
Well, we thought we knew one, but then we heard differently this morning.
That exists, so we'll figure that out. But anyways, that's my weekend.
I've got one little story to add, just because my dad threw this one at me because he witnessed it.
Yeah.
He was very excited to tell this, but he wasn't present.
Speaking of poop, right?
Yeah, unfortunately. So that's a great lead-in. I'm sure everybody's going, what? Okay,
poop story.
So to put it in perspective, take any scenario where you're driving down the road and there's a big semi-truck, hovering in one of the lanes, and then there's a car next to it, and you're kind of like, okay, it's a normal situation on a highway, whatever. He was going down state, so like just this busy thoroughfare right in front of our building here.
Yeah.
Well, about 2 times a year in our wonderful Boise, Idaho, we have a lot of cattle farms and stuff. Just once you get outside of Boise, you get to the outskirts and you start to see this stuff.
I don't live outside of Boise.
Right. So obviously, all the fun, the smells, all that thing. If you like rural, living, then you're used to this stuff. But if you don't, then you avoid it. But the one thing you can't avoid is a couple times a year, those cattle trucks, those double-decker, fully loaded car carriers, but for cows.
They also leak pee everywhere.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Rolling around, I was used to seeing dust and or straw coming out of there most of the time. This one was a little bit different. This one was exciting because, oh boy, he was driving behind him. And you know how when somebody turns on like their windshield washer fluid and it like shoots back and it gets here or whatever. In this case, there was a cow that had a rear-facing instrument plugged up to, as you know, those cattle cars have holes all over the side so the animals can breathe. Well, the hole
so
also
poop and pee out of it.
Provided an excellent viewfinder for
the scope,
the butthole, shall we say? Just
that was a good choice of words, Dane.
I'm like, let's pick a nice. Okay, we'll just say that. Basically, shot a car like a pressure washer.
Oh my god!
In the nastiest way possible. I'm talking like. Anybody who's seen Freddy Got Fingered understands this one. But basically, if you've ever seen that, you know that it got shot bad.
Yeah.
And he went.
It's a 12 gauge.
He couldn't believe it because he's just sitting there driving behind it and he starts slowing down immediately. Like, I'm not being anywhere near this. But he saw it up front, just and close, smacked the side of the car with such force that, like, the driver literally reacted. And if that window had been open, that guy would have been soaked. Regardless of where they were going.
That would have been bad.
If they were going to a meeting, thank God it wasn't a convertible for that person because, good Lord, they would have been soaked in. And I'm not going to get into graphic detail, but if you think it's one or the other, don't worry, it was both.
Yeah, so no, usually that situation.
Just imagine the worst bodily fluid pressure washer situation you can imagine coming out of a cow, all shooting backwards at a car from the side just in traffic. It was like a machine gunner in World War II just blasting away at the side of his car.
I had that once happen to me in a van, in one of our vans.
Back when I
had the kids, and it was a day where I was just driving, and I got behind one of them on the freeway, and I remember there was a fine mist coming off of that, and I was like, what the heck? And I kept hitting my wipers, and then I saw it, and it was a bunch of sheep.
Yeah.
And it was just piss.
So
Just urine
so
all
Brett,
over my car. It was one of those where I literally, Anthony, I didn't care. I had a fully black coated van, corrected and coated. I didn't care. I needed to get the urine off the vehicle. I ran it through the car wash.
Sorry, Frank.
As
I
soon as
tried
I
to
saw it, I
dance
was like,
around
I'm gonna
it, but
get
the
this
point
done,
is,
but-
it's hard not to be graphic with something so violent. My dad really wanted me to mention this to everybody because he was curious. In your shoes, comment below after this video is done, or comment right now in the comments. How would you handle this situation?
I couldn't even
if
imagine.
you were the car that was being struck, not the car behind the car being struck, but the actual car being struck. How would you handle that scenario? Would you immediately pull off to the side of the road and you have your detail kit with you and you just...
No, there's not enough.
Or would you go to a car wash?
You have to wash it off.
Because if it were me, I'd run straight to a
I
car
would
wash.
go
I don't
straight
care
to a
what's
car
going on.
wash.
I would just go straight to a car wash.
So
Car is tainted.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to think of what I would do.
Burn the car, buy a new one.
If I'm in town, I'm gonna find a little spray and pay, right? And I'm just gonna go spray,
You're gonna
rinse
do it
everything
yourself?
off. I'm gonna do it myself. Right? I'm just gonna rinse everything off. It's not that big of a deal.
I mean, if birds do it, imagine
But
what a cow does
if I
to
was on
that
a
clear.
road trip going through like rural Nevada, right? Yeah. I don't know what I would do, but chances are I'm probably gonna take whatever type of water I have in the car and or whatever I got and try to start like rinsing it. And if that doesn't work, I will have to start rinsing it using myself. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, I can see that.
I post the car on Facebook Marketplace and walk the rest of the way home. As is, where is, don't lowball me.
I mean, it's a shotgun blast,
it
dude.
is.
It's like, that's pretty bad. I couldn't even, the smell would
You
be
think
horrible.
spraying cars with acid is rough. This was next level. But, geez, mag chloride. Yeah, pleasant experience by comparison. Coated or not, drive to the nearest car wash facility. Yes, Kirby, I agree with that.
Anyway,
just get it off the car.
Jeff wanted us to just talk about this story just because he was so mortified by
was.
that.
It's terrible.
How
And
could you not be like immediately like that's burned into my memory
Well,
forever?
he
now.
just didn't know that was
It's something that could happen.
road hazard.
Yeah.
Right. And
A lot of people don't.
So it's just
Yeah.
something to keep in mind for the future. So, anyways,
Rough.
I think that's pretty much it. Dane, I think that we can wrap this up
Yeah.
before things start getting a little bit too
Yeah,
crazy in the
no,
comments.
exciting day. So thank you to everybody who was chilling in the comments. We appreciate you. Those of you who contributed super chats to test out the feature,
Yeah,
make sure to
appreciate
work on
that.
it. Thank you. That's awesome. And just know going into the
Dane
Q&A,
turned it back
we got
on.
that working now.
I'm stoked.
So, well, it's never been on this channel, so it's a new one for us. But, enjoy. And, yeah, I consider selling after that. Agreed. Yeah, that's it. So, if you haven't clicked like on this video already, please do so. It helps us out, and it helps you out by helping us out because, well, we get to be around longer. And if you're not subscribed, please do so. Click subscribe right away, and you won't miss another wonderful talk about things that can happen to your car in traffic. And lastly, I would say, we haven't done this for a while. Maybe a request. Those of you who haven't ever left a review for us on Spotify or iTunes or wherever, Apple Podcasts, go ahead and leave a review for us. We'd really appreciate it. Let us know what you think. It doesn't have to be good, but if you have differing opinions, that's okay. Just let us know. Any constructive criticism or just something nice to say, whatever you got, throw it our way and write it up in the comments on whatever review system you've got where you listen to us on your podcast.
There you go.
All right, that's it, guys. So we will see you later for Q&A Thursday this Thursday. In the meantime, have yourselves a good week. Take care, and that's it. Adios, guys.
See ya.